The first thing certainly we want to talk about will relate to the ICAG examination in July 2026. The exam ended on Friday, and it was an interesting journey, interesting experience, interesting reactions from our students and from people across the aisle. And people are sharing their thoughts on the ICA exam and what is going on at the end of the day. And sometimes it gets interesting because in my opinion, looking at the script, I was like, yeah, the ICA examination is getting better and better every day. And it goes back to what I say every time, that you have to understand that the ICA examination is evolving, and the ICA as an institution is reaching a point where it is not just going to be pick and choose and walk away. Whatever is in the syllabus, the examiner is going to be asking you in the exam hall, but in his way, style, choice, or how he wants to present things generally at the end of the day. And it was an interesting experience, right? So, subjects like management accounting, question one, we know it is going to be on performance measurement, right? Where you are talking about transfer pricing, divisionalization, organizational performance measurement, and all that. Yeah. And but on the average, over the last few examination dates, the examiner is going to be bringing a calculation related thing, so that at least, I mean, students are able to do some calculation and get some ticks and walk away. But in July 2026, the examiner was like, I'm not doing any calculation related issue, but I'm still going to bring questions on organizational performance. I'm still going to bring questions on divisionalization. I'm still going to be bringing questions on performance measurement for divisions. And so there were questions on ROSI, there were questions on non-financial performance indicators used to measure performance of organization, and there was questions on triple bottom line as a performance measurement model for organizations. And so no calculation related question in the question one area, but everything there, it's something that you should have known going into the exam hall. Come to issues like financial reporting. Question two, we know it's going to be on the standards. And on the average, students expect that, oh, there will always be calculation related issues for them to work on. Yes, there were calculation, but there were equally some theory related accounting standard issues that the examiner just want to pick your brain on, in addition to the standard 20 marks question that will be dug in question five. Same thing in public sector accounting and finance. You know, question two is going to be on the IPSAS. This examination died, the examiner brought a 15 marks question on IPSAS 47 revenue, focusing on construction contract, performance obligation going beyond one accounting year. 15 marks question. And then the other 5 mark question was on IPSAS 35, consolidated financial statement. And so, what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is this, that if you are preparing for the ICA examination, if you are planning to go into the ICA examination, you need to really be prepared for the exam. Gone are the days that you can sit down a week to the exam, take some miserable leave from work, and think that you can do some shabo thing and walk into the exam and pass the examination. It is over with those strategies. It is no longer going to work. If you are going to pass the examination, then you have to be adequately prepared, because the topic is the topic, the syllabus is the syllabus, but the quality of the questions that the examiner is bringing now is going to require you to bring the best in you in order for you to pass the examination. And so what do you do now? The exam is over. What do we do? There are a couple of things you can do, three strategies that I would say. Strategy number one, or option number one, is certainly to start preparing for the next examination. So if you are preparing for November 2026 and you are going to be writing an exam, start learning. Whatever subject you wrote, what are your next subjects? If you have some other subjects, maybe start learning, because you've built some momentum, your brain is ready and active, and so you can leverage that and start preparing. So maybe you have 2 papers left in level 2. Okay, start studying them. Maybe you wrote all your papers you have in level 2 in the July, and so now you are going to level 3. Okay, so you can start studying corporate reporting and advanced audit and assurance in level 3, or depending whatever it is that you have to do, but you can start studying now. So that is the first thing you can do. Start studying for the November 2026 examination. And our enrollment is open, and so you can actually enroll and start studying with our key summary videos, previous live lecture content. Our content library is available through which is covering the syllabus through and through to be able to prepare for the examination. So you can actually enroll and start studying now before our live lectures commencing on 10th August 2026. So that's the first thing you can do. Start studying now. Because you see, the average person writing the ICA examination is an employee or a corporate executive, an employer, or, has some responsibilities. Okay, married, children, and other things. So there's a lot on your plate. And Nuntina, you have to spread out your study time and make sure that you have a long period of time covering things on a daily and weekly basis so that by the time the exam is ready, you have comprehensively covered the syllabus. So option number one, start studying now. That's the best thing you can do. Start studying now. Enroll and start studying, building your momentum now before live lectures even commences. That way, you are putting yourself ahead of time to enable you to prepare adequately for the examination. The second option available for you is to wait for the results. Yeah, because some of you would want to wait for the results to, pull the trigger or make the decision. And so that's the second option. Say, hey, I'm not going to learn. I want to wait for the results because I'm not sure what I wrote. And so in that case, I will still be studying the papers that I wrote. So maybe you wrote corporate reporting and advanced audit and assurance, and the advanced audit and assurance went well, but the corporate reporting did not go well. Or you wrote strategic case study and advanced taxation, and then the advanced taxation went well, but the strategic case study did not go well. And so you are like, okay, the way it went, I'm likely to write this subject again. And so I want to start studying. Yes, so you can start going over your notes just on a not that intense, but then you can start reviewing your notes because you are waiting for the results. Then you can make your next move. That's also an option available. You can go for it. The third thing is just, ignore everything and then take some time off and enjoy life. Because, hey, at the end of the day, you need to also pay attention to other aspects of your life. There are some of you who have literally put some aspects of your life on hold because you want to finish the ICAG before, or you are occupied with the ICAG examination. And so now that you have finished the exam, it's a good time to take some time off and then spend quality time with family, loved ones, take a vacation or something like that. You just want to reward yourself for the season or for the period to put you in the position so that you can be well refreshed and in an anticipation of your results as well, hoping that things will go well. Then you can make a decision as to what you are going to be doing going into the future. So these are the three alternative options available. The best alternative option, in my opinion, is certainly going to be the fact that if you still have some papers to write going into the exam, then certainly you want to start learning. Okay, that's the right thing to do because it affords you the opportunity to cover the syllabus in record time. Listen, the ICA examination is getting better. The ICA examination is now something that is good. I was telling my students this, that the examination requires people with high level of intelligence, okay? High level of understanding of the subject and structuring of the syllabus, very important. And people who can work with speed and accuracy under pressure, very important. Because sometimes you are going to see the questions. If we give you the opportunity, you have 3 hours, you have 6 hours or 8 hours, you could do it. But you just have 3 hours in the exam hall. So writing, speed and accuracy, all of those things can affect your ability to pass the examination. That is why you need to start studying now. That is why you need to start building your muscles now, spreading the time. Then you can really put yourself in the position to go into the exam or in November, write the exam with confidence and pass the examination. So the earlier you start studying, the better it is going to be for you so you can pass the examination. So that is just a brief overview and the next call of action, if I can put it that way, for the ICAG and what you need to understand. So if you learned something from this video, remember to like, follow, subscribe, and share the video so that others can also see this. Most importantly, let me hear from you if there are any questions you have, or if you have any topic that you would want me to cover on the next episode. Leave it in the comment section. I want to read from you. If you want to enroll as well in our courses to study under my mentorship for your ICA, ACCA, CIMA, or ICAN examination, you can head on to our website, NhyiraPremium.com, or download the Nhyira Premium mobile application on the Google Play Store or the App Store to complete your enrollment. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp or call us 050-114-9296. 050-114-9296. Complete your enrollment today to join our community. Let me hold your hand, provide you with the blueprint that you need with the team here. Let us assist you. This is our mission. This is what we do. This is what we are called for. And we have the resources, the skills, the expertise needed to help you to pass the examination. So visit our website, NhyiraPremium.com, to read more about us. Or better still, download the Nhyira Premium mobile application on the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. You want to get personal? Hit us with a DM or send us a message on WhatsApp 050-114-9296. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.